In yesterday class, we have discussed about ratios. It is one way of comparing the quantities. We have discussed what is a ratio, how to write them in the simplest form, and how to find ratio between the given two quantities. Okay, so these were the yesterday's topic. Now today we are going to do one more thing regarding ratio, is that equivalent ratios. Whether the given ratios are equivalent or not. You are going to find out this, whether the given ratios are equivalent or not. How will you do? Suppose I take one ratio as 4:5 and other as 6:7. Now the ratio 4:5, first convert them into fractions. This I can write 4/5 and this is 6/7. Is this clear? Now take the LCM of 5 and 7, which will be your 35. Okay. Now convert them into like fractions. 4 multiplied by 7 and 5 will also be multiplied by 7, then only the denominator is going to be 35 and this by 5. So this fraction is going to be 28/35 and this is going to be 30/35. Now see, both are not equal. So the ratio 4:5 and 6:7 are not equivalent ratios. They are not equivalent ratios as they are not equal. So this is very important thing, how to find out, because our next topic is related to equivalent. Now the next topic is proportion. Proportion means when two ratios are equal, then those ratios are called to be in proportion to each other. If two ratios are equal, then they are in proportion. And how will we write? A:B is one ratio. This is the sign of proportionality, the 4 dots, and the other ratio is C:D. Or I can write this as A/B. This is the fraction form, how to write, and this is equal to C/D. So means the fraction of this ratio, fraction form of this ratio and the fraction form of this ratio, they are going to be equal if they are in proportion. Now how to find out whether the given two ratios are in proportion? Now what will you do? A and D, they are outside. Simple way to remember, A multiplied by D, and B and C, they are inside. The product of A into D should be equal to product of B into C, and A and D are called extremes. Exterior बाहर लिखे हुए ना, तो they are called extremes and B and C are means, middle में, बीच में लिखे हैं. So the product of extremes should be equal to product of means. Is this clear? आउटसाइड वाले जो आपके बाहर लिखे हुए हैं, आउटर साइड दोनों एंड पे, स्टार्टिंग और एंडिंग वाला, वो होंगे प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स, एंड द मिडल वंस विच आर इन द सेंटर, they are the product of means. And if both their products are equal, then the ratios are said to be in proportion, otherwise they are not in proportion. Is this clear? They are said to be in proportion if the product of extremes is equal to the product of means. So this is one thing. Now I'll take one example, that you have 8, 9 and what will I take? Here you have this will come same. I'll take some other example. Okay, I'll take 6, 10, 18 and 30. These are the 4 quantities given to you, and you have to find whether they are in proportion or not. No sign of ratio is there. When you are going to do this, what you will do, the order in which they are written, the outer ones, the starting number and the ending number, they will be the extremes, 60 into 30. So this is going to be your product of extremes, which comes out to be 180. And now your product of means, which is the middle ones, 10 into 18, which is also 180, and this is equal, the product of extremes is equal to product of means. So you will write 6, 10, 18 and 30, they are in proportion. You cannot change the order. If you change the order, it will be wrong. Understood? So in this manner you will find out whether the given quantities are in proportion or not. If the product of extremes is not equal to the product of means, then they are not in proportion. Now the other thing which is very important here is that when you are given 3 terms, I am taking in the variable form A, B and C, and you have to tell whether these are in continuous proportion or not, whether this is a continuous proportion or not. How will you write it? A is to B and B will be repeated. 3 are given and you have to find that this is continued proportion or not. Okay, only 3 terms will be given, but how to write, because in proportion how many terms we need? We need 4. So you are going to repeat B the middle one 2 times. It will be repeated. Why it is repeated? Because it is mean proportion. B is the mean proportion, and what will you get the answer? Same, B square, B into B should be the product of means, should be equal to the product of extremes. Don't think that first you have to always write the product of extremes and then product of means. You can write either way also. So B into B will become B square. If you remember, we have done in our chapter 6 regarding the Pythagoras theorem, and you know how to find the value for the B square. Write the prime factors for A multiplied by C, and then from each pair you have to take 1. So when we solve the questions, then it will be much more easier to you. So now this concept, continued proportion, is this clear to you? ये सबको समझ आ गया continued proportion क्या है? continued proportion में आपको वैसे जब product of extremes, product of means equal हैं, whether all the 4 quantities are different, जैसे हमने A is to B, if this is equal to C is to D, or here when we write the sign of proportionality, this is also a continuous proportion. But this case comes when you are given 3 terms and you have to show that they are continuous proportion. Then in this manner you are going to write, and whereas this B is going to be called as the B square is the mean proportion, B is the mean proportion, not B square, B is the mean proportional, and this C is the third proportion. What is C? C is the third proportion, because the questions will come to find the third proportion. And B is the mean proportional. These things are very important. Understood? C is the third proportional and B is the mean proportional, which you are going to repeat so as to find the unknown one, and it will depend upon the question that we are going to solve, then you will come to know. I hope these things are clear to you. Now, if I give you a question that you are having 2 terms 16 and 19 and find the mean proportional. You have 2 terms 16 and 19 and find mean proportional. What you have to find? Mean proportional. Now how will you do this? What I told you, mean. In mean proportion, how will you write? Let mean proportional is equal to x. Okay, and to be in continued proportion, to be in continued proportion, what has to be here if they are in continued proportion? 16 is to x this should be in proportion to x is to 9. Why? Because you are finding the mean proportional. ये मैंने ऐसे क्यों लिखा है? बिकॉज आपने मीन प्रोपोर्शनल फाइंड आउट करना है. ओके, सो टू बी इन कॉन्टिन्यूड प्रोपोर्शन 16 इज टू x इज इन प्रोपोर्शन टू x इज टू 9 बिकॉज ये मेरा क्या है? मीन प्रोपोर्शन. नाउ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स, आई एम राइटिंग जस्ट p फॉर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स इज इक्वल टू प्रोडक्ट ऑफ means m. You have to write full. 16 multiplied by 9 is equal to x multiplied by x. Now 16 9s are 144 and this is equal to x square. Now you can write the prime factors for 144, which is going to come as 12 into 12, which is equal to x square. Okay, which is equal to x square. Now what I told you, x square means x multiplied by x, and this is equal to 12 into 12. We have to find the value for one x, single x. So from this pair I am taking 1x. So from this pair also I will take 112. So the mean proportional is 12. What is the mean proportional? Is 12. I hope this is clear to everyone. The continued proportion and what is mean proportional and what is third proportional. Is this clear? So this is regarding your chapter, first part of the chapter, that is exercise 8.1, and during the live session I am going to take the questions also. First I will explain this and then I will take up few questions so that you will be able to solve your exercise. Thank you and have a nice day, and if any problem is there, just always raise your hand and ask.